Hey, good morning, everybody. Jason here. So I was waiting to post this video instead of down here, up here, because I learned this cool trick. If I only post on green days, then on the red days, I could say I was hacked by Russian hackers or North Korean hackers. Just joking, Yamaseo Bukan. um, then I could look like a better investor. Just kidding. So today we're just kind of not really moving too much. There was a little bit of a little dip down. I almost expect Tesla dip down a little bit because of the accident, but it's not like they make such a huge deal about other accidents in other cars that they have. But so when it did dip down, I went ahead and opened one more credit spread because that's what I like to do as soon as it dips down. And also on the old Rolls-royce. So I've been getting more and more curious about this. So I actually spent a few hours this morning listening to their earnings call. So I'm more and more happy that I actually bought this, even though I kind of bought it as just a joke or whatever. So basically, it doesn't seem like they may do super well this year, but next year they're expecting to have pretty good back to where they were earnings. The company made a major pivot, just with like downsizing, selling off some of their businesses, and they may still sell off some of their some more of their businesses that they're looking into. So yeah, we're almost up $500 on this. So with a $3,000 investment, accidentally or not accidentally, I did click the buttons on purpose, and then learned a little bit after I bought my first 1,000 and bought another 1,000 shares. So we'll see how this does. It's definitely a slow mover, but I don't see any reason we don't see back in the $4 or $5 range, possibly next year when everything kind of calms down. Even when they were going over their own earnings and balance sheet and everything, they basically said like 2020 was a fluke, and they have just weird numbers in there. Like they had some really good numbers on some of their lines, but it was really just kind of catching up like with backlogs and things, and they had to de-recognize some revenue on ongoing contracts that were not going to happen. But I'd like to actually put together a whole in-depth on this, just in case anybody's actually interested in buying the stock for more than a reason, because then Justin Bieber got a Rolls-royce, and yeah, which is a terrible reason to buy it. So other than that, yeah, we're sitting almost nowhere. I did want to talk about, there was a let's check out Iron Condor, AT&T. So someone had asked me how do you adjust legs on this, if you needed to. So if AT&T, we'll just take a look at it right now. I mean, it's so been chilling in this $30 range forever, that likely on AT&T you would not ever have to move anything. But if you happen to need to move it, so let's say it was moving huge to the upside and you needed to adjust that leg, right? So we'll take a look at exactly how to do that. And we'll go to, was it April 16th? Where were we? It'd be nice if I knew where my credit spreads were. There they are. April 9th. So it's pretty simple to be able to adjust these things, right? So all you'd simply have to do is, you hit your call, click on buy the ones that you'd sold, sell the ones that you buy, and then just move it up. So then you just select another another couple strike prices. So let's say you thought it was going to get above 33 and you wanted to move up to 34, so you could sell this one 34 and buy back the 35, and you can see that would cost us a whole $4 to be able to move that leg. But not only that, so yes, that would cost you $4, but then on the other side, let's clear that out. So if you're worried about that going so far up, then the lower leg, you're going to be able to move up as well. So you'd have to do these as two separate transactions because Robinhood doesn't allow you to do 8-leg orders. You just have to do them in multiples, and that's the way it is, but not a big deal. So these ones you would buy back, sell these, and then you could move them up. So we could move those up to a $29 strike price and buy the 28, and you can see in this case we would collect $23. But if this, that's not the amount you would actually get if it had already moved up, most likely. So they would be somewhat even, or maybe it might cost you $1 or $2. But that's essentially it. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, even if you wanted to tighten it up, you could do it the same way. Let's show tightening this thing up. So actually, let's just move it see what happens if we wanted to move it 50 cents up. Let's make sure I have all this correct. I do. So this would just be moving this leg up another 50 cents. And basically we would receive $3 to be able to do that, and we have 2 of them, so we can do that twice. I'm actually just not going to do this just because I want this thing to just I don't want to have to do anything to this at all. So hopefully that is pretty simple to be able to do. We could take a look at it on the desktop platform, maybe even over the weekend live stream. So time to stop the video. I am being hacked. I have lost $200. Oh, okay, they stopped hacking me. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great day and make a lot of money.